Hello everyone, Marc Elliott here from Fluent Finance Abroad. One of the questions we're increasingly being asked is, can I refinance my Spanish property? The simple answer is yes, sometimes, and sometimes no. But the reality is that refinance in Spain is very different from what many homeowners are used to in countries such as the UK, the United States, the Netherlands, or even Scandinavia. If you're a non-resident property owner, Spanish refinancing is far more restrictive than many people anticipate. Today, I'd like to explain to you why that is. One of the biggest misconceptions is that because you've built up a lot of equity in your Spanish property, a Spanish bank will automatically allow you to borrow against it. Unfortunately, that is not how Spanish lending works. Spanish banks assess your income, they assess your affordability, financial commitments, credit profile, your documentation, and importantly, why you want to borrow the money. That bit is very important. Having substantial equity may open the conversation with the banks, but equity alone doesn't guarantee a mortgage for you. For non-resident homeowners, there are currently two situations where mainstream Spanish lenders generally consider refinancing for you. Firstly, replacing an existing Spanish mortgage to obtain a better mortgage, perhaps moving from a variable rate to a fixed rate or securing more competitive terms. Secondly, raising additional funds to reinvest back into the property through significant renovations or improvements that add value to the property. Generally, mainstream lenders have very little appetite for releasing equity for investment elsewhere, business purposes, buying another property, or general cash release for non-residents. This is very important for you to understand. Another thing that we need to consider is that refinancing isn't cheap. Refinancing or remortgaging in Spain means replacing one mortgage with another. There are costs to consider, including potential early repayment charges, cancelling the existing mortgage, land registry and notary costs, and new valuation, with some lenders even asking for arrangement fees. That's why it's essential to calculate whether refinancing generally makes financial sense before proceeding. Recently, we helped a client from the United States who simply wanted to replace an existing mortgage after their fixed rate expired, and the loan moved onto a variable rate, which was considerably higher. They went to their existing bank and unfortunately they said they wouldn't help. They also went back to their original mortgage broker and they also refused to help. When we reviewed the case, we recognized the client had an excellent financial profile with strong income, excellent payment history in Spain and in the US, and a low loan-to-value mortgage. By approaching a different Spanish lender whose lending appetite better suited the case, we actually secured a new 20-year fixed-rate mortgage at just 2.85%. The client achieved exactly what they wanted, and that was long-term certainty and security. The lesson that we took from this is basically, one bank saying no doesn't necessarily mean the whole market is saying no. Different lenders have different lending policies and different appetites for different refinance scenarios. Finding the right lender is often just as important as preparing the right application. If you're a non-resident homeowner wondering whether refinancing your Spanish property is possible, don't assume Spain works the same way as your home country. You need to ask yourself whether refinancing will genuinely improve your financial position. Our role here at FFA is to help you answer that question before you spend time and money replacing a mortgage that may not benefit you at all. Thank you for watching this video, and please use your brain first and your heart second, and always shop for finance before you shop for the perfect property.